I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya. Complicate ya. Complicate. People wanna. People wanna. People wanna. People wanna complicate ya. People wanna. People wanna. People wanna. People wanna complicate ya.
That's right. Anthony Fantano has a lot of explaining to do for these crimes that I'm going to outline laboriously in this video. On today's episode of Evil Content Cop, we're arresting Anthony Fantano on 5 different charges. We got some felonies, we got some misdemeanors thrown in there, but they're all very serious. Now, in these previous videos, I didn't really have any labels for these charges. I would just say, here's the first charge, and then I would rant for like an hour or whatever about each charge. But for right now, I have actual crimes that I'm associating with these complaints. And the first one is 1 count of stealing, and it is a felony charge. Okay, admittedly, this is a bit of an old drama, a bit of old news, but I'm still sour over the fact that Anthony Fantano made that pancake video. And in the process of making that pancake video, he stole from me. I'm the guy with the pancakes. I'm the pancake guy, especially in the music world here on YouTube. If it was a food channel that made a pancake video, I wouldn't even bat an eye, okay? If it was even another kind of channel altogether, I wouldn't even give it a second look. But I know Anthony Fantano has me at least on the peripherals of his timeline, so I have it on good authority that he stole the pancake gimmick from me. And not only did he steal it from me, he's a much bigger creator than me, so now he made himself the pancake guy in the process because his audience is much bigger. You think I'm just gonna let that slide? I'm still very sour about it. I haven't been talking about the pancakes in the videos ever since, because now people are gonna be like, isn't Anthony Fantano the pancake guy? Aren't you stealing pancakes from him? So yeah, that is a big ol' felony. Up against the car, hands behind your back, spread 'em, pal. The second charge is 1 count of coping. This is a bit of a misdemeanor, maybe even a misdirection a little bit, okay? And maybe 7 years ago, this wouldn't have been such a cope. But the fact that he keeps calling himself the internet's busiest music nerd is objectively false. Now, back in the day when it came out that he didn't in fact have the best teeth in the game, he had to stop saying that he had the best teeth in the game. So now every time he comes onto the internet claiming to be the internet's busiest music nerd, when we have guys like me out there, when you have guys like Brad Taste in Music out there working, hustling, doing so much more than Anthony Fantano is doing on a daily basis, it's not that serious, but I think he needs to come up with a new moniker, leading us to the third charge, 1 count of bloating. Now, what do I mean when I say bloating? I mean putting too much into the content that doesn't need to be there, and I have one specific gripe here, and that is the inclusion of Cal Chuchesta. Apparently, Cal Chuchesta is his roommate, but it's also just a character in his videos played by Anthony Fantano, okay? I'm there for the music reviews, and every now and then a little Cal appearance is pretty good. But ever since the recent Kanye controversy, where he brought back in Cal for some comedic purposes, he's leaning on that crutch a little bit too much. Don't get me wrong, I think Cal is a great character, and I think if you spun that character off into his own channel and he did a whole Cal type thing, maybe then he might have a claim for the internet's busiest music nerd, and in the process getting rid of 2 of these charges. He would no longer be coping because he would be pretty busy at this point, and his videos wouldn't be bloated because his Cal creativity bone can exist somewhere else. I like the joke mixtapes. I like the Midwestern accent. I think Cal Chuchesta is a great character, but if we had a whole channel dedicated to his lore, I think that would be fantastic. So I'm gonna have my hand at one of these bad self skits really quick. Hey, what are you doing here? Just stop by to say that you're doing a great job with this YouTube video. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It makes me kind of want to go start one of my own YouTube kind of videos. Oh, true. Yeah. You want to take it from here? No, dude, you got this. You keep it up. You're doing a great job. bang up job. I think everybody in the world is gonna love this YouTube video. Okay, cool. You see, that was super awkward. Leading us to our fourth charge, and that is 1 count of mirroring. Now, admittedly, he might not have the most control over this charge, but that's not going to change the fact that I'm charging him with 1 count of mirroring. And this right here, this is a felony, because this is some of the most annoying stuff that goes on when you're a part of the Fantano network of fandoms. The FNF. And that is, his fans tend to echo and mirror his opinions exactly verbatim, and it is so frustrating. They've been doing it for almost a decade now, if not longer, and they've been called out for doing it time and time again. Stop just giving me the same review that Fantano just gave me. You know you're allowed to listen to the music yourself. You know you're allowed to have your own fucking opinion, you stupid piece of shit. Sorry, I get really heated about the Fantano network of fandoms. The FNF really gets under my skin and grinds my gears, okay? Year after year, calling out all of these fans, you think that they would have the self-awareness to then be like, you know what? I can listen to this music on my own. You know what? I can think for my own goddamn self. I have something between my ears up here. Wow. But because this is a part of the FNF, and it will be part of the FNF forever, I have to charge Anthony Fantano with the lofty internet crime of mirroring, says Evil iDubbbz. And I saved the big one for last. This is the biggest charge here, and this is the 3rd felony on this list of charges here, okay? There are some pretty big bad boys on this list right now, and this is the biggest one of all. This is 1 gigantic count of cringe. Back in the day, Anthony Fantano had this other channel where he was a bit of a memer. He would come on and do the meme review. It was called That Is the Plan. But then this publication called Fader stepped in and they were like, oh, that is the plan? What's your plan over here? Is this the pipeline to the alt-right? So they just made an article saying that Fantano and the FNF were a direct pipeline to the alt-right, which was the biggest cope of all time. And not only was that the biggest cope of all time, making the article, claiming all this stuff as if they're facts, was the craziest time to be part of the FNF. But that's not where the count of cringe comes in. The count of cringe comes in is when Anthony Fantano ditches the channel, when he bows to the pressure, when he succumbs to Fader, okay? Now we could be standing here in the year 2024 and this video would be a non-stop glazing of Anthony Fantano. But the Fader incident led to this huge count of cringe. Now even though there's 3 felonies here on the docket, the main question is here, am I still part of the FNF? The Fantano network of fandoms. And I'm proud to say, you know what? Yes, I am, because fans of things are allowed to criticize the things that they're fans of. So in summation, we got stealing, coping, bloating, mirroring, and cringe. If this goes to content court, he's lucky to get 6 to 9 years. Hey, is this your first time making it to the end of the video? We have a special name for you people, okay? You're now in the End Gang. Anybody that watches these videos and doesn't make it to the End Gang, I don't care about, okay? I could give a shit less about the non-End Gangers. Okay, bye.